Hey, everybody. Hey, hello.
Oh, hey, how's it going, y'all?
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Trek in the Valley, the non-encyclopedic Star Trek podcast that is recorded in the San Fernando Valley. It's not just a clever name, folks. It's where we live. My name is Adam Ordall Quinnell, and I'm here with my co-host with the Mo-host.
Hey, how's it going? It's Al Hirt.
My buddy Al Hirt. Each week, we come to you and chat about an episode of Star Trek, the original series. We do a little recap. We talk about the episode a little bit. We talk about what we're listening to, watching, playing. And that's about it. Pretty straightforward. Thanks for listening. If you're new to the episode, or to the podcast, this is a very good episode.
Yeah, this one's insane.
Quite the heady episode of Star Trek. But first, something we didn't do last time, but what have you been up to, man? I haven't caught up with you. It's been like a week and a half since we recorded. Been to any shows? You've been moving?
Yeah, actually, I've been moving around.
So you're technically moving out of the valley now, aren't you?
Yeah, I was gonna say, stop you right there. Yeah, you're recording the valley though.
Technically it's still Trek in the Valley, but you're gonna have to make a trek to the valley.
Trek to the valley. No, it actually wasn't too bad. It was like a really short drive. Yeah,
Spoiler
that's true.
alert, we record on Sundays. It's pretty easy to come from Culver City or wherever.
Anywho, what was I gonna say? Valley. Yeah, I actually did want to recommend too G. Jones. I saw his show. Bunch of like my favorite artists opened, and it was really dope. It was a Palladium again.
G. Jones.
I also saw 100 Gex there at the Palladium.
100 Gex.
Yeah, that was really fun.
99 Gex.
But yeah, that's what I've been up to. Just more shows and like trying to go outside more. Really, really cold.
Really cold. It's not going to get really, really cold here. You're from Colorado. You know what's up.
Yes.
I went to Miami last weekend for a friend's wedding. I went to Miami Beach, and it was good, and the Cuban food was good, and it was great, but it was so fucking humid.
Yeah.
I got back here, and it was like the same 95 degrees, but not super humid. That's why I prefer the valley to the coastal areas. Humidity. Excuse me. I prefer the valley much to the coastal areas. We are officially caught up.
Yeah.
That's a segment we always fucking forget to do because we're just so excited.
I know these episodes have been really good.
I'm always so excited because I'm afraid I'm gonna forget what it's about, even though I've got notes and I've watched.
Yeah, we have everything
4
going.
times. Yeah. I just have it on in the background sometimes. But yeah, so last week we discussed the episode.
Oh yes,
I Mud. I just thought of it now as though it was like lowercase I, capital M, like the Apple product, like the iMug.
Yeah, right. With this it's a mustache.
Yes!
That'd be funny.
He looks kind of like a broke ass Monopoly guy, Mud. We didn't really get into the actor and all that stuff, but it was the the second Mud episode. Good stuff. Lots of robots.
Good. That was Android stuff. Yeah.
Awesome Android robot tummy effect that I really liked. I liked that.
That was standout. Well, what's up with this one though?
Well, great fucking segue, dude. Nailing it. We're killing it. Second episode today. So this is season 2, episode 9 of Star Trek: The Original Series. The title is Metamorphosis, and it's not Kafka's Metamorphosis. Nobody turns into a bug. Nobody turns into a cockroach. You know,
it kind of spoils it, doesn't it?
Well, no. Well, yes and no. Because what is the metamorphosis? What is the titular metamorphosis, if that's really the case? You know, we'll talk about that.
We'll come back to you. Yeah,
it's funny because you'd think, the metamorphosis is into something from something eternal to something temporary, rather than from something temporary to something eternal. Fucking dig it. But it's called Metamorphosis. The original air date of this episode was November 10th, 1967. So we're just a couple weeks behind. Still.
Cool.
And the synopsis from Paramount Plus, our wonderful Paramount Plus synopsis crew, says, the shuttlecraft Galileo makes a forced landing on a world with a single human inhabitant.
Yeah, that part really freaked me out.
Remember the Galileo?
Just to see running. Yeah, I know.
The Galileo 7.
It's back.
It's like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah,
like,
where he's
the shuttlecraft Galileo. I'm pointing out.
Yeah.
And it's like from that other episode, Galileo 7. Oh my God, I recognize it when Spock had those people.
Yeah, it's back, and the shots are really good too. They probably redid some of them or reused some of them, but
definitely, yes.
they look great.
They love using that one shuttle bay shot.
Oh
of the shuttle
yeah,
that they have
leaving. Yeah.
Well, let's hit play.
Anyway, so yeah, they're going through space.
So they're in a shuttle. It's Spock, Bones, Kirk, and a high-ranking Starfleet diplomat.
Very high-ranking.
Yes, and so basically, there's a high-ranking Starfleet diplomat who is brokering peace between planets in a war. But she says she wasn't properly inoculated, so she's got this she's got this disease that she got.
A Sakura's disease.
Sakura syndrome. Sakura's disease. The chances of anyone contracting it are literally billions to 1. And she's just like, I was sent to Epsilon Canarsis 3 to prevent a war, Doctor. Thanks to the inefficiency of the medical branch of Starfleet, I've been forced to leave before my job was done. And so she's the commissioner. And basically, they're on their way to the Enterprise.
Damn, she's a commission chief.
Dude, she's huge. And
they treat her
like
is
shit.
Hilarious. They really do.
She's a huge deal.
Yeah.
She's preventing a war.
And they're so nice to other people, too, on their ship. So this is really...
They're 4 hours and 20 minutes away from the Enterprise, where they can treat her very easily.
Yep.
But then... As always happens, something happens. There's a weird glimmer in space in front of the shuttle.
I love the way he's like, the way Kirk looks at his automatic scanner or whatever. It's just like this weird orb that comes out, or this sphere.
Yeah, it's a weird.
And they kind of like rub it to kind of direct it.
So it's funny. He looks at this weird orb scanner, right? And then after they do that, they just lower the window.
It's close now.
Could have just started with the window.
Yeah.
It looks like just a little. It looks like the old Twitter logo kind of.
Yeah,
and it's just a glimmer that's coming at them at warp. And
It's
basically
hydrogen with strong electrical impulse.
And there's a hilarious sequence of the shuttle losing power. And they have to crash.
And there's all these lights going right inside because they're part of the ion cloud, or the ionization of the cloud.
Yes.
And there's a shot of what is her name? Gosh, I already forgot. Nancy Hepford.
Hedford, yes.
Hedford, yeah. Commissioner Hedford. She is just losing her shit. Her eyes are like wide open, like, oh my God, this is terrible. And Bones is just straight face. She's like, what's happening? I demand to know.
Oh,
Kirk's like, I have no idea what's going on. Like, whatever it is, so we're stuck.
This sequence is one of the many like problematic, and I'm not using that in like a PC kind of way. This is one of the ways where I don't like what they're doing with her character, right? Because they're in a tractor being pulled somewhere, right? We find out it's to a planetoid or whatever,
right?
And so they're being pulled somewhere, and she goes, I demand that you continue to the Enterprise right now. And Kirk is like, we're in a fucking tractor beam.
Yeah.
You know, no shit. And if she really was like a commissioner or a Commodore commissioner in Starfleet, she would kind of know what's going on. You know, most of the time,
true.
Those people get promoted through Starfleet coming up.
That's that's true. And the thing was, the way she was reacting and freaking out just kind of made you do a double take, because they're all just so calm.
Then I insist you make a scheduled rendezvous with the Enterprise. Miss Hedberg, we'll do what we can when we can. At the moment, we're helpless.
And he's like, you're in the ship with us. Like, we're not having a secret meeting or anything. Like, you're hearing everything that we're saying, you know? Like, we're fucked.
We're not having a secret meet. Oh, what a great title card.
Yeah, with the
word
planet.
Metamorphosis with the planet in the background. Mm-hmm. Very good stuff.
But anyways, they get dragged by this cloud thing.
There was a fantastic shot of the shuttle in a beam as well that I feel like I have to mention. So
they try to make communications with the Enterprise.
Of course they
No
can't.
communications. Right,
Can't
like
transmit.
you said. As soon as you can't communicate with the Enterprise, some shit's going down.
So basically, they have to land on a planetoid that's got an atmosphere practically identical to Earth. which is weird because of its size and it's made of iron and nickel. It shouldn't have that kind of gravity, but it's more like a planetoid than an asteroid, possibly a remnant from a planetoid breakup, totally suitable for human life. And then they
go outside
with their guns. They're like,
of
we're
course,
going to go out on this planetoid.
Uh-huh.
Awesome landscape, alien landscape.
Really cool landscape shots.
Really slick set with the Galileo behind them. Fucking love it. And
one of the eeriest shots, too, is about to come up, too. That, like, they're trying to figure out what's happening with the engines of the Galileo. And everyone just kind of comes out of the shuttle. And Bones is saying, I took a tricorder, got the same readings as, the one that Spock has. So it's like the ion clouds I think it's on here on the surface with us.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem solid, like a collection of gases, right? The way the whole mist or whatever. But this creepy ass shot, you just hear this guy go, hello. And you see him just running towards you and just lifting his hand up. Yeah, lifting. It's so eerie.
And it's the green of the lighting. Like, I would love to watch this with the side-by-side, too, because they, like, sharpened the colors.
Maybe.
And all that shit. It looks so good.
Yeah, it does.
And so now there's just a human man running up to them.
It just put me off so much. I'll just like, what?
You speak English? Earth people? From the Federation, Kirk says. And this guy doesn't know what the Federation is.
Yeah.
This is where... So he sees Hedford, and he says, and a woman, a beautiful woman at that.
God, it's so creepy,
I just imagine Kirk should just be like, hey, calm down, man. Like, just fucking relax.
Yeah. And
but Kirk would say the same thing. She's not super into it. And here we go. Now we're in the crux of the episode. We got a guy on a planetoid, and basically, it's just I'm just so hung up on the fact that he just immediately was like blood in the water, like she's a shark. He looks at her and says she's like food for a starving man. And
then he goes, all of you.
No, I'm just happy to be around anybody.
Yeah,
I want to fuck her. But I'm happy that there's other people around too, but we can fuck later if you want to. And so basically, this guy says his name is Cochrane. And
no, he doesn't say his name.
He hasn't said his name yet?
No. Because they figure that out later.
Well, they figure it out by his first name later.
Right, that's true.
So they call him Mr. Cochrane.
Yeah, that's right.
So he says, your ship's never going to work again. There's some dampening field around here. Cochrane says he doesn't know anything about any ion cloud, which seems to be on the surface at the moment. And he's just saying, look, power systems don't work. I was marooned here.
Yeah, but we were just like, this is weird, though. I was watching with my girlfriend. We were both just like, I feel like it's immediately a trick, whenever you see someone that shouldn't be there, that is out there.
And also
just running up to you saying, hello.
And whenever, like, one thing we've learned about Star Trek is whenever somebody tells you they don't know what ion cloud you're talking about, they're definitely lying. And they're probably having sex with the ion cloud.
At this point of the Star Trek
there's a funny joke here because Cochrane is like, yeah, we can. I actually have a home not too far away from here with all the trappings of home. I can even get you a warm shower, miss. And she's like, how perceptive of you to notice that I needed one. And he's like, I just thought you might like it. I wasn't saying you smell like shit or nothing, lady. Basically, Cochrane is just being very catty about describing why he's there, and Bones and Kirk sneak aside and have this moment where like, doesn't this motherfucker seem familiar?
Yeah.
I feel like now that you mention it, he does. Doesn't he seem like a character from First Contact, the film that's going to come out in 30 years? And this lady's got a disease, and there's a ticking clock on it.
Exactly.
They're waiting for her to develop symptoms, and Bones is like, she's gonna get the symptoms, and then what the fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah, and Kirk keeps asking Bones about her temperature to make sure he's just constantly making sure how much time he has on his hands.
Yep. And then he says they bring him to Cochrane's house, which even though he said he built it out of garbage from his ship or whatever, it looks like a perfect, immaculately designed modernist 1967 home. And that's when Hedford has a moment of dizziness. And here we go. She's got the Sakura syndrome. Kirk comments on some old engine parts. He's like, you got some antiques here, and he goes, those are things from my ship. You know, probably a lot has changed since I crashed, and now she's got a fucking temperature.
Yeah, and Bones
COVID.
is always worried about his patient, but she's just kind of like, I'm okay, I'm fine, and she just keeps sweating more and more.
And then Spock goes, hey, come over here. And then Kirk and Bones come, and they're all three looking out into the yard for a while. And then it shows the ion cloud.
It's just this weird little apparition.
It's a weird little green and sparkly apparition.
No,
and then they call him on it. They call Cochrane on the apparition, and he says, the light will be tricky out there. It can sometimes. And
Spock's like, we're not crazy. All three of us saw this.
Not only that,
explain.
But it's the thing that brought us here, and it probably brought you here. So tell us what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
And basically, Kirk has thrown his weight around like, you're fucking with the safety of my people. You tell me exactly what you know about what you know, motherfucker.
Yeah, he goes, I'm not requesting an explanation. I'm demanding one. So this kind of feels like the same moment last episode when Kirk is choking Harry, against the wall where like he's kind of, I don't know, giving all he's got so he can get out of there.
So this is when Cochrane basically explains, I didn't crash here. My ship was disabled. I was about to die. And then the companion, as he calls it, picks him up. He was an old man. It made him young. He woke up on this planet, and he's young. Spock doesn't believe it.
No, and Kirk was like, wait, so why did the companion bring you here? Why did he make you better? And Spock's like, I don't think that part matters.
Yeah.
What matters is what's going to happen right now.
And of course, Spock is like, what is this companion? And he just says, I told you, I don't know what it is. It exists. It lives. I can communicate with it. It gives me vegetables. Fucking the end.
And then Bones says a pretty dated line too. He goes, that's a pretty far out story.
And there it is.
And then he goes, Zefram.
He says, my name is Zefram Cochrane of Alpha Centauri, the discoverer of the space warp. And then he says, that's right, Captain. Now, here's the thing. He's
a big character, though.
Yeah, Zefram Cochrane died 150 years ago, for one, so that's weird. But Zefram Cochrane, they say, like, he's got planets named after him, universities, cities. But here's what's fucked up. They didn't know this when they made this episode. This is all shit that's added to Star Trek later, right?
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
He didn't discover the space warp. He's the first human to discover warp technology.
Oh.
Right? The Vulcans had warp technology at the time. The Klingons had warp technology at the time. Romulans, everybody had fucking warp technology.
Yeah, they did.
It's just, the Vulcans chose not to talk to us until we had warp technology. That was their, and now that's the litmus test for the Prime Directive for the Federation.
The warps.
The pre-warps, they won't talk to pre-warp societies.
They won't mess with them either.
Exactly. They won't help them. They won't change their trajectory, but they do all the fucking time.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, that's about it. So this guy's, the companion found him and rejuvenated him. And he says, why were you in space at 87 years old, Zefram? And
he's like, I wanted to fucking die, and I wanted to die in space.
And I wanted to go
it.
I wanted to go out as far out as I possibly could.
And Bones is like, well, or Spock goes, well, they never did find the body.
Yup.
Kirk's like, you're right. That is a pretty killer way to go.
So funny. And Hedford keeps getting worse. They need to get off the planet. Cochrane explains that the companion thought that he would have died of loneliness, so instead it captured Kirk and the gang.
Right.
Oh. So the companion thought that. This is what's so fucked up. Hedford is like, she's got this crazy fever. She's got Sakura syndrome. She's losing it. And then Cochrane explains, so I think what might have happened is the companion thought I was going to die of loneliness and it's got to take care of me. So it pulled you guys down here to be friends with me or something. And that is too much for Hedford to take. She fucking loses it. She says, "That's disgusting. We're not animals." And it's like she needs to be put out. Like they have to like knock her out.
Yeah.
And me and
the person I was watching it with, my girlfriend, we were, oh, it's probably from the disease, right? There's no way that someone would react like that. It's compared to what? Compared to the last episode with the gilded cage.
Yes.
You know, they kind of have it more together.
That's
but
definitely part of it.
Yeah, and I think it's like she's, getting warmer. She's getting more, not insane, but it's cooking her brain. Yeah, exactly. But it's also funny too, because the reason why they're there, it's again to address loneliness, which happened again with Mud. So it was funny watching these back to back.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of great shots in the interior, like in Cochrane's house. I'm looking at one right now, like 17 minutes in. Like Cochrane's face is in the foreground and Spock and Kirk are in the background running read-ins and chatting about it. And what they decide basically is, they need, Kirk is like, look, I don't want to destroy the thing, but we got to get off this planet and save Commissioner Hedford. And Spock is like, we have to study this thing. It's the age-old study or destroy.
Yeah.
And Cochrane wants to leave too now. He's like, I'm bored. Time to go.
He's like, what are you talking about? You're immortal. And he's like, but believe me, dude, immortality and boredom go hand in hand.
It's age-old vampire syndrome. Mm-hmm. Every vampire says it.
I did want to mention, excuse me, right before Hedford like loses it.
Yeah.
Her temperature rises and Bones is like, okay, well, just try to relax. And he turns to Kirk and he's like, man, she's really burning up. It's got a matter of hours, and
she can hear him.
Yeah, I was like, "Whoa, she's right there!"
Just relax. This lady's fucking dying.
Yeah,
she's dying. No, relax.
Relax. You're good. You're good.
This lady I just told to relax. Yeah, she's fucking dying, dude.
She's like, I got a couple of hours on your hand, really, here, Kirk. And he's like, "Oh, okay, Jesus." And they just move on.
So basically, Kirk is like trying to tempt Cochrane to help them by saying, "Yeah, we'll get you out of here. We need," look, and you can see all the
all this cool shit,
all the amazing things that you made possible by discovering the warp conduit. And now,
stroking his ego,
Spock is tinkering with the ship, with the shuttle, the Galileo, and then the companion appears, and it's a green sparkly cloud, and then Spock does the dumbest shit ever that a space scientist can do. He reaches into it, and
turns red.
It shocks the shit out of him.
Yeah, it's cool how it blows up the little fucking tool that he has in his hand too. It pops everything.
Blows up the tool he has in his hands, and the fire effect that they use on the shuttle is great as well. Mm-hmm. So Spock gets knocked out, and it reminds me of the movie Prometheus, when they see the little alien and they're like, "What's it? I'm a xenobiologist. I'm just going to touch it with my ungloved hand. I'm just going to touch this shit with my ungloved. Oh, I got an egg in my tummy now. Oh no! Oh no! It's like that Rick and Morty. I want to look in this wet egg.
Yeah.
It's just
let me just reach in there.
Fucking shit. And so then we get back to Kirk and Bones. And they are going to get. They don't know that Spock is knocked out from electricity,
right? But they're like, okay, so you could talk to this thing, right? Go out there and show us. How can you do this?
So this is where things get interesting. He clears his mind, and then the entity, the companion, comes out.
Stand there,
and then the cloud consumes him, and he's like, it doesn't really look like he's got a pet. It looks like some kind of symbiosis.
Yeah, they're like talking to each other more intimately.
Not like speaking to a beloved animal, more like love.
Yeah, I turned to my girlfriend Michelle. I was like, they're kind of embracing each other.
He's fucking an ionized cloud, folks, and we're gonna find out that he's a bigot about that later.
It's so bizarre. Yeah,
hilarious when he finds out he's been having sex with a cloud for the last 150 years.
He's like, oh, it just kind of drains me a little.
I bet it does. Ooh. Yeah, you need some pineapple juice there, buddy? Jesus Christ. Basically, he says the companion can't do anything. She'll die, and I can't help. And then
you're pretty screwed. And then Bones finds out, where's Spock?
Bones finds Spock, and Spock is like, something fascinating happened. Apparently, the companion gave me a a shock, just an old-fashioned electrical shock, a pretty good one too.
Yeah, right. It's not enough to kill me, but enough to knock me back.
I would have expected that companion to give me a dang old regular old electric shock.
He says an electric shock of respectable voltage.
Yeah, and he says it attacked you, evidently.
But yeah, he's more fascinated, which again is like creeping into the whole meme of Spock being like, let's research it instead of figuring out the issue.
And this is one of those big yes. And also this is one of those big Star Trek leaps in logic, because right here is where Bones is like, he's got an idea and he says, I'm no physicist, Spock, but if you're saying it's electrical,
yeah,
can't anything that's electrical be overloaded? And Spock's like, absolutely, it can. Fuck yeah. And it's just like, I don't think that's how that works. Like,
that's how it ends up not working anyway.
It can be shorted out, is what he says.
Yeah, it was weird. I had to like redefine that to the person I was watching it with too. Again, I was just like, they're gonna shoot more electricity into it.
So Spock creates a device that's gonna zap the thing, right? And Cochrane doesn't like this. Cochrane's
all of a sudden,
you're going to attack it? Like, it's taking care of me all these years.
The flip-flopping of the sky is insane.
And he says, I suppose I even have a sort of affection for it. It's keeping you a prisoner. I don't want it killed. So basically,
do you want to leave, though?
and so basically, they need him to contact the being so that they can electrocute it. So that, because they feel like once they short it out and electrocute it, it'll lose its power over their shuttle and they'll be able to take it out. And then as he's going out to lure the thing, Cochrane says, what was it they used to call it? The Judas goat? The Judas goat, like the betrayer goat. Hold on here.
What does that even mean?
The Judas goat. A Judas goat is a trained goat used in general animal herding. The Judas goat is trained to associate with sheep or cattle. In stockyards, a Judas goat will lead sheep to the slaughter while its own life is spared.
Fuck.
Ladies and gentlemen of Poughkeepsie, we are the Judas goat.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds fucking dope.
Yeah, that's metal.
That's pretty metal. Yeah, that's a pretty good line though.
Yeah, what
where
was
he's like, "I'm leading you to the slaughter."
The Judas goat for 150 years. He's remembered that shit, dude. I wouldn't remember.
Yeah,
shit.
Seriously.
150
I don't
years
even
from
know.
now.
It's just it's crazy how he just flip flops back and forth. Like, they gave me life. They're all right, but I do kind of want to leave, but I don't.
And so then they shock the companion, and
but it gets red.
It turns red and kicks their ass.
That shot of just it going from yellow to red and going closer to the camera just so unnerving.
It shocks. Zefram gets shocked when they shock it, and then it slowly comes in, and it's beating the shit out of Kirk and Spock.
Yeah,
and
it looks like
Bones,
it's choking him too.
But it's not doing anything to Bones. Bones is like, "You're killing him!
Stop!
You're killing him!
Yeah, it's
Stop
so funny.
It, please."
Maybe the cloud can only get so big, but it's really bizarre because it could take down the Galileo. So
it just knew that Bones wasn't the threat. It could sense he's a doctor.
That's true.
And then he wakes up. Zefram Cochrane wakes up. He clears his mind again, and then the thing it turns yellow.
And it calls him back.
Kirk and Bones. And this is where
that's a pretty good line though, where he goes, I'm really worried though, because we're back at square one, and like if we get stuck here, this is all my fault. And Bones is like, well, not really. You went into a cloud and it was just random. And he's like, no, man, I'm in charge. They need someone to blame. It's gonna be me. It's my fault. I'm in charge. Yeah. And he goes, well, Bones, you're here. Bones goes, well, Kirk, you're always like super aggressive when you go into these things. So like, why not try a carrot instead of a stick? Like, why not talk to it and like just offer help?
Yeah, I'm Bones.
And he's like, oh.
You catch more flies with honey than you do with fucking yelling at them.
Yeah. Vinegar. Yeah.
So they're trying to figure out a way. Spock wants to adjust the Kirk wants Spock to adjust the translator.
Spock's like, it's going to take a while. Yeah. He's like, I don't care, get it done.
and then finally, it's 27 minutes into the episode, it cuts to Scotty on the bridge of the Enterprise. He's got the con, as they say.
He doesn't even sit in the chair, though. I was like, that's pretty respectable.
He doesn't when he never got the con. Yeah, not that I remember. And so they're long overdue, and they're attempting to backtrack the traces of the dilithium signature of the shuttle, the Galileo, to see where it went. They're coming up on the coordinates where the shuttle disappeared, though, and they're not finding any antimatter residue. But he said, hey, even if it got pulled away or towed away, there would still be particles for us to catch. And
but they're like, it just kind of disappears, though. And Uhura was like, maybe it got taken somewhere else. And Scotty's like, that shit doesn't happen. We're fine there right now and figuring it out.
Yeah, we're on the right track, Uhura.
Come on, up. Seriously. It was
Scotty.
It was a little sexist.
Didn't like it.
But it was funny.
And how are we going to follow them if there's no further traces? And Scotty says we stay on this course.
We'll just keep going this way. And it's like, really? Right. Of course. That's and it's like anywhere. I was like, wow. So you can go any direction in space, but they are just going to decide to go that way. It made zero sense.
Doesn't basically. It kind of then it cuts?
Scotty should have been captain, basically.
then it cuts to Spock fixing the translator, and it looks like he's making a lightsaber.
Yeah, or just like this little metal pipe.
Yeah, this thing looks like so. Basically, they're creating a thing to talk to the creature.
Right. It's kind of like one of those little it's a baton. It looks like a baton.
Yeah,
that's what
it looks like a lightsaber hilt.
Yeah.
And then they are able to talk to it, and it's got the voice of a woman.
Yeah, what? And it was like, "Are you hearing my thoughts?"
And she says, "This is interesting." Feminine, no doubt about it, Spock. Yes, the matter of gender could change the entire situation, Spock says. Yeah. And Kirk says, way ahead of you. It's not a zookeeper. No, they're fucking.
It's sensitive.
It's a lover. They are fucking.
Dun, dun, dun. And he goes, hey, it's wrong to keep us against our will. Like, Kirk kind of just tries to first convince her to hey, let's just get out of here. Want him to be happy, right?
You have to let us go.
You let us go too.
One of us is going to cease to exist if we don't get her to a place.
Yeah,
where we
that too. Help. He brings up Hartford too a lot.
And she refers to Zefram as the man. And when I say she, I mean the cloud, the companion. Yes. The man must continue. And basically, Kirk is trying to get them to understand that humans can't exist in captivity, which is the same thing they were trying to explain to the robots in I, Mud.
Yep.
Kind of a double beat. We get it. Humans want to be free. Ultimately, this is an American show. You can fucking tell. Basically, she's saying, nope, we're going to keep y'all here. And the man is going to stay here. And Kirk is just... They keep going back. It's non-existence. And she's just like, nah, you're fine. Peace.
No, and then Spock was like, wait, before she goes, though, Kirk, you got to ask her questions like, how does it live? Like, what does it know? What is it made of? And Kirk's like, Spock, shut up. We got to focus.
We just want to get the fuck out of here.
Let's first think about leaving, and then we can think about talking to it.
And now... This is hilarious because Zefram Cochrane comes in and says, why did you build that translator with a female voice?
Yeah,
and Kirk says, we didn't.
Nope. It's just a microphone.
Gender, male and female. It's a universal constant, which now we know is not the case.
Yeah,
this doesn't hold
aged
up. But it's pretty funny. He says the idea of male and female is constant, Cochrane. There's no doubt about it. The companion is female. You're not a specimen kept in a cage. You're a lover. And once he says,
what?
Bones says you're a lover, and a switch flips in Cochrane's where he's like, I'm mad all of a sudden.
What the fuck?
And it's fucked up because...
He gets furious.
It's like when you read... Like when you read about all those horrible things where like a very special episode of a TV show where like somebody becomes friends with a trans person and then they get mad when they find out that they're trans or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like
that's
the same
funny.
shit. He's like feels totally betrayed.
Yeah.
And it's fucked up because he's the asshole. Like Kirk and Spock are like, what are you
Spock
about?
Was like, didn't you just say 10 minutes ago you were missing her or missing not good? We were going to kill her like 10 minutes ago.
You were just standing up for her. She saved your life. She made you young. She's provided for you. She captured us to help you.
Yeah.
She wants nothing to do but to help you. And also, basically, he's like, but I was fucking an alien? That's ridiculous. And they're like, hey, man. It happens. And Kirk has fucked an alien or two in his day, for sure. He's definitely gotten some Orion going on.
He got all the vaccines.
Yeah, and so Kirk and Spock, they're all kind of laughing it off. And he's real mad.
I know.
He's like, so this is what I had to look forward to in the future? Men with no fucking morality? It's just like, dude, he turns it here. He turns into a real hateful guy here. And it's like, so he calls it disgusting. Spock says your relationship with the companion has been emotionally satisfying for 150 years, eminently practical and totally harmless.
He's like, nothing. In fact, it might be beneficial. You guys improved each other, and he's like, I'm not going to be any
fodder for an inhuman monster.
Spock's like, that doesn't. Okay, then.
Just ridiculous, and she's sicker than ever.
Yeah, and Hartford was just, this whole sequence is so bizarre.
So she's dying, right?
And she's like, oh my gosh, bones.
She realizes,
doctor.
She realizes that she's never been loved. And she's mad.
That makes her sad.
She's mad that he is loved and he's going to throw it away.
And he doesn't,
just because it's with an alien cloud.
He's like, it's not.
And she's like, and this is what's so fucked up about the approach to femininity and femaleness and womanhood in Star Trek at this
time. Very damsel in distress.
Yes, and she's fucking stops wars between planets with her words.
Yeah,
she's fucking genius, right? She saves, and she's like, sure, I've saved so many societies from the brink of war, but I've never been in love. It's like, dude, she would be like, she's a fucking working lady. She would be like, I would have had love.
Some people feels that way though.
I would have had fucking love if I wanted it. She's like, I was too busy stopping fucking wars, dog. I just feel like it really minimizes her contribution as a negotiator of wars. That's all.
No, I think it was just like the her overhearing that and just working her life off, I guess. Maybe it was more in that aspect. Yeah, but still,
I should have taken a moment to love instead of just working all the time on stopping interplanetary wars.
Yeah, it was just so. It was an interesting because of, I don't know. It just puts a whole negative kind of like her working in the first place, I guess.
Yeah, like they took her away from the possibility of having a family. Yuck.
Yeah, actually, I gotta mention that too. At the end of the wrap up, like even the compendium kind of says something about that too. So weird.
So we'll definitely come back to that and talk about the compendium when we're chatting.
I don't know. I mean, I guess like a nicer way to phrase it, I guess, giving them the lead devil's advocate. Just like maybe she wanted that perfect balance in her life that she wanted love also would work and that she never got it.
Yeah, but the way,
but also though, to your credit, she freaks out when they find out they're captured, and when they're captive. So
they really
maybe she's just like losing her mind from the disease. Yeah,
absolutely, yes.
So maybe she's just confessing the truths or whatever that she needs or what she really feels. But she keeps it together because she deals with fucking wars on different planets.
We have paused on a... Yes, absolutely. I got distracted for a moment because we have it paused on a very hilarious shot of Scotty. Mm-hmm. Like, look at this, look how fucking arrogant he looks. Hilarious.
He's always squinting.
So basically, now they've come up to
this next part.
Yes. Which we've experienced before when Sulu had to search grid by grid for something.
Seriously.
So they follow the course of what they think were the traces of the Galileo into like an asteroid belt or meteor field or whatever.
Yeah, it's an asteroid belt.
And they say, okay, so there's 7,000 asteroids.
They're like size M or A to M or something.
So there's 7,000 asteroids that are A to M, and 30% of them are L through K or whatever, which could potentially have atmospheres for life. So then they have to look at 34% of these. They got to eyeball them and look and run scans on them. And Uhura's like, we're gonna run scans on them, and he's like, you're darn right, we are thousands
of them,
and we're gonna look at them one at a time.
And Uhura's like, you're literally just wasting more time though, when we can look for them. And he's like, don't care, just gonna go one by one.
And then it cuts right to Kirk holding the translator, pleading with a yellow cloud.
Again,
He's just like, she's going to die. We got to fucking go.
They really lean in though more on them just talking, because it really doesn't matter what Scotty is doing to look for them, because obviously that gets resolved again. But it is funny that they just mention it, Yeah,
really, because they're either going to. Yeah, Scotty doesn't help at all.
No, of course not.
They would once they solve the problem at the end and they can communicate again. They wouldn't need to do that anyway. So
it's super silly, but I guess Scotty was just being, arrogant and kind of just not jumping the gun, but just following the book,
just doing his job.
Yeah.
But it's just they don't have to. His job didn't have to be part of the story this time.
Exactly. I don't think they needed that cut, but it was just funny that they had that.
Yeah. So
especially, it goes right back into it, like what you said with Kirk and the communicator.
And Kirk is saying the same shit he did before, but now he's added humans. We need obstacles. You regard the man only as a toy, and she's like, no, I don't. I love him.
But what is love?
And this is where they get into, you can't love each other. You can't love him because you can't love. You're a thing. What's he say?
You can't touch, feel.
You may keep him here forever.
Wow, but he's saying that you'll always be separate
because you're not humans. Which is fucked up because
it's
Sarah
really
and
mean
what's
of
her
him
name.
to say.
Well, so here's the thing.
He's just trying to play on I guess it's feelings if it does have feelings.
Genuine.
Oh, he is.
I don't think that they're trying to manipulate this thing anymore. I think he really wants to resolve it in a way that everybody's happy. And it's just so interesting that he's saying, because it's not, the reason they can't have an interspecies relationship that they think is because they're not both humanoids.
Right. That's
so funny
weird.
that it's and also that Zefram Cochrane is totally
racist
against cross
right.
species.
No, in
sexing.
the way.
But this is where she says, if I were human, there can be love.
And yeah, Kirk's like, yeah, sure, I guess.
Yeah, I guess if you were human, there could be love, but I don't know.
You could touch each other, I guess. And then, he goes, that's so he was trying to have her sacrifice Cochrane and the rest of them that go off the planet just with his speech again. But then he was trying to emphasize love, and she goes, wait, I can touch him. If I'm a human, I can touch him and embrace him and really be in love, right? And he's like, I mean, yes, that's what I was just kind of describing. And the person I was watching it with, she turns to me and she was like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if the fucking cloud just went into Hepford because she's going to die anyways? And I was like, no, I feel like they try to take care of Hepford first. I mean, it would be really cool if they wrote it. And then it immediately happened. I was like,
it cuts right to
fuck?
Hepford coming out, clearly possessed by a cloud. An ion cloud. Then it cuts to commercial, but then she's not sick. Her
controversial part of the episode, man, for sure.
Well, because there's no consent necessarily.
No.
It's kind of like and so but now
she
there
immediately
is
improves.
So,
Bones is like, this is medically impossible. What? And Kirk goes, is she still in there? And she says, both of us.
We are both here living in harmony together, but I guess we're just going to pretend that I asked first.
Yeah, weird.
We're just going to assume that she asked. Commissioner Hepford was dying.
Yeah, Spock was like, wait, but you can't make life.
That part of us was too weak to hold on. In a moment, there would have been no continuing.
Oh my God.
So basically,
she was going to die anyways, is the cloud's excuse.
Yeah, you were throwing this body away anyway. And then Zefram is afraid at first, but it doesn't take long for him to be like...
not at all.
So then she decides, you guys can take off. But then Zefram immediately is like, wait, this is that hot lady I wanted to have sex with? And now she's possessed by the ion cloud I've already been having sex with? Ooh, this sounds like something for me.
This isn't too bad.
And he's like, let's go for a walk. So then they go for a walk.
And Kirk's like, well, they definitely need to figure some shit out.
Well, and Zefram says, I'm going to take you back. We're going to take you to show you everything. I'm going to show you these guys tell me there's a million galaxies with inhabitable life. We're going to see them all, baby. Cut to the Enterprise. Scotty getting the transmission from Kirk. But then
he's like, cool. Okay. Find my position. And it was funny too, because yeah, right as Zefram's, talking about going out and going off the planet and exploring the galaxy, what is it? I guess I'll just call her Hedford.
Yeah.
Or Companion Hedford. Companion Hedford. Mm-hmm. She just turns and lifts up her dress. And it's funny because it's kind of the same pattern as like the cloud that it was emanating, before. And she's just kind of looking hopeless and thinking like, well, I mean, maybe what would happen to us since we are human? Well, we'll eventually die, and I think she's kind of hinting at him like, oh, I can't leave.
Well, she says she can't leave.
And then she eventually just says, I just can't leave.
She says,
it's so weird.
She said, I can only leave for a little bit of time. I need
that's true. I need the planet.
She needs the planetoid. There's something about the iron or the whatever.
Oh, the iron and silver.
That's the ionized cloud,
Oh, that's true.
So basically, Cochrane is saying, look, you took care of me and loved me.
I'm going
to stick around.
Yep.
So Cochrane decides to stick around, and here's why I don't think that's much of a surprise. So he was going to get immediately old again, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was your theory.
Wouldn't he then age 150 years and fall over dead?
Exactly. And I was thinking like, well, they probably never did that because they didn't know what was going to happen. They didn't even know what was going to happen when they turned that electrical box on to fuck with the cloud,
Yes.
This is all kind of new territory and they're just guessing.
Mm-hmm.
But as much as this whole fucking clusterfuck was, it was just been it just feels like a big detour, because of how the episode, especially because of how the episode ends. But as they're walking away and they have their transmitter and stuff, Zefram turns to Kirk and he's like, oh, hey, Kirk, don't tell anyone I'm here. Like, oh, okay. And I was like, wow, that's it. And then, me and my girlfriend, we were watching and we were like, what is Kirk going to say to Scotty?
Hey,
the Enterprise.
All they would have to say is we landed on this thing with a bad planetoid, had some sort of dampening effect on our sensors, and we figured it out.
And we fixed it and left, yeah.
Fixed it and left, There definitely wasn't an ionized cloud. Oh, also the commissioner, she's dead. She died. We had to leave her back there. Don't ask what happened to her body. It's a whole thing. Yeah, the commissioner's dead.
Yeah, it's super weird, though, how it was just like, well, I guess we'll see what happens.
And they're all like, the
best line too, yeah.
I gotta cover this. This is my favorite part of the whole episode. Zefram Cochrane and Companion Hedford are gonna live until they die on this planetoid. It's all beautiful ending. Mm-hmm. And as they're walking away, Bones leans over to Kirk and he's like, what about that fucking war that she was gonna broker the peace between? And Kirk says, I'm sure Starfleet will find some other woman to negotiate that war.
Yeah, he just puts his hands up.
That's exactly what he says. Not only is he flippant about the idea of negotiating peace in the first place, but he's very flippant about the fact that they'll just send some random woman to do it. Like, this episode does not give, more so than normal, they're being shitty about women. Mm-hmm. Just hilarious. He says, I don't know, Starfleet will probably find some other broad to fucking send over there. Starfleet can find somebody else to bake a tray of fucking cookies for the Caledolarians.
Yeah, and it's like, she had completely normal reactions, I guess a little bit except for the tail end there. Of just, freaking out and losing her mind on a starship and stuff and being scared from all the dangers, and they just left her.
She just never really seemed like somebody that could negotiate a war. And they just didn't make it believable to me, and that's on them, because I think she could have been a great fucking character.
Oh, who could have been so good
to doing this, who was like,
oh,
this is
yeah,
my only
maybe.
Chance.
Yeah. And then maybe they could have talked to her before they just... the cloud went over.
They should redo this story in Strange New Worlds and take another stab at it. I do think it's
There's a lot of talk about it, though, with the heady stuff of
what is humanity? What is a man?
Because in the last episode, we covered logic and how humans can do imagination. Make irrational decisions to stay miserable and not have fun. But that's kind of people like the grind, endurance things, or working towards something, I guess.
I just think it's or
just always having to leave. They didn't need free, it's a lot of like you said, captivity episodes of just being like, we deserve to be free because humans
gotta be free, especially American white humans. We particularly need to be free. And so that is Metamorphosis. What did you think?
Well, I liked this one more than I Mud.
Oh, really?
I actually did. I think if I was gonna give this I would probably give it a 4 out of 5 comm badges. Maybe, I guess the only reason why it's a star lower is because that whole clusterfuck at the end. I was like, it would be really cool if they like took that conscience. What is it called?
The companion.
The companion, excuse me. If the companion took over Hartford, but like that would be kind of tricky to write around. And they did, but they just kind of figured it out in 2 seconds.
Like, I have the companion inside me now. We are one.
Yeah, and they're like all fine with it.
We're companions now. Hello.
Yeah, I feel like there should have been a little bit more debate about that. But other than that, I don't know. The guest stars did really well.
I think
Cochrane was cool. I liked him a lot.
I think for an episode that had 2 locations other than the Enterprise, exterior and interior on that planet, and I guess the Galileo itself.
There's not much happening though. Background-wise,
I was in it. I give it a 4. Flip top communicators. I'll give it 4 out of 5 communicators. Okay. Because I think that it has the heady theoretical stuff.
Yeah,
it's got like the social issue stuff, and it's just got like mass. I love when they just do like mask off ignorance, and he's just like, "Oh, so you just fuck aliens in the future? You disgust me. This men ain't got no decency. You'd fucking ion cloud. I can't believe
it's so silly too, because as soon as that ion cloud takes a human form, he's like, "Well, okay, I'm gonna stay."
So now the ion cloud I've been having sex with is inside the body of a woman I wanted to have sex with?
Let's go.
This changes everything, dude.
It's weird, though, that it's like 150 years and he never really was thinking like, oh, what is this? This is kind of a hug, you know?
And
maybe they just talked really short conversations at first.
Yeah, and then eventually he's like, I just clear my mind, and she comes and gives me a hug, and then I feel drained afterwards.
That's so weird, yeah.
And then I feel you didn't know you were fucking it? You know, like,
Spock's like, do you do this in the mornings? In the afternoons?
Yeah, and then you feel drained?
Yeah.
Where exactly do you feel drained? Point onto where on the doll do you feel drained, Zefram Cochrane? And I like that it was Zefram Cochrane from Star Trek First Contact.
First Contact, yeah.
Is when Zefram Cochrane creates the warp drive engine, and they shooting a little rocket, and it's very good. I like that. One other way this is prescient is it all starts with a lady that didn't get a vaccine.
Yeah, or
they
it's
didn't
like
give her. She totally. If Bones would have just, and she goes, Starfleet didn't give me the fucking vaccine, and Bones' whole excuse is it's a 1 in a billion chance that you get it.
Yeah, thought they were gonna get to it.
Well, I guess I'm fucking lucky then. Yeah, all right, McCoy, you piece of shit. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna get possessed by an ion cloud because of you.
And like I realized too, they leave so many people behind in the show. This is just one of many, you know. I always think of the
they're like Johnny Appleseed, but with like busted crew members and shit.
I always think of 2 particular parts. One was in the movie when Viger stays with that other guy, and 2 crewmen get out of the equation, and Kirk was just like, those 2 are missing in action, and they fly away. And then the other episode where it was a really rude crew member at the helm, and he was always being a jerk, and that like he didn't like working on a spaceship, and he just wanted to discover the galaxy. Yeah, and he was racist.
No, that guy wasn't racist. He was just
dumb. But he was against aliens, right? And all like foreign like things. And then they met the baby alien or whatever, and they're like, hey, this guy wants to learn about culture.
Corbomite maneuver.
Yeah, the Corbomite maneuver. That is it. And and then they just leave him there too. They're just like, you're just going to go on space flights with this cool little baby guy, and you're going to do some cool space shit. He's all right, I'm down.
I want a lower deck script that just follows up with all the characters that were left behind by those old scientists back then.
I mean, hey, one of them was, what is a space seed? And that ends up being a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
Also, banger film, though. Hey.
Bad news bears. But yeah, so that's the Metamorphosis.
Yes.
Thanks for so now we each gave it a 4. That's great. Liked it better than Cat's Paw, both of us. Cool. So Al, I did the recommendations first last time. What do you got for us this week, which would be like the week after Halloween?
Post Halloween, right? It's post spooky season. All those weird spooky things. Let me see.
Got any records?
There's British Bake Off coming up.
Oh, the new you watch British Bake Off?
I do.
I saw a review that
I think
said
it's gonna finish, but
I saw a review that says this new season is good. They're doing less host banter. They said they're streamlining it. Less host banter, more bacon.
Yeah, I mean that show's always like really, what is it? Not fundamental, but it comes off as humbling, I guess, because it's like no drama. None of the contestants fight against each other. There's no like, you have to bake with just foil.
It's very
There's
pastoral.
None of that.
They're even in a field in a tent.
Exactly, and they're all calm,
big
nice to each
vibes.
other. Yeah, and then other than that, though, I think you should leave. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Big Mouth though actually came out with the new season.
That's the last season of Big Mouth, I think.
Really, I hope so. 7, dude.
Yeah, I haven't watched it since. They're too open about talking about the genitals of little kids.
Yeah.
It's like they're too young to be showing me their genitals even in a cartoon.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
That's weird. It's too sexual for and I know that kids are very sexual, but I think that maybe it's just a show for kids then.
Right.
Yeah,
it's bizarre, but I think it's kind of like, I don't know, people put it is
hilarious.
Funny, but they put it like akin to like, I don't know, it's just very crude humor. I haven't seen the new season yet, but I'm feeling the fatigue from that. But then the one thing I did want to mention, it's an if you want to see the most like mid-line film down the center, it's just normal folding your laundry. Old Dads, that Bill Burr movie on Netflix.
Right,
it's like not great, but it's not terrible either. Like the plot goes 3 different ways, and the whole conflict is that Bill Burr's like too pissed, and he's like yelling at all these people doing these, what I guess more like politically correct things of just being kinder. There's a scene where his kid falls, right, and he has a bruise, and just rub some dirt on it, it's fine. And then some dad walks up and he's like, should really put that Neosporin. And like he just freaks out on him, and Bill is like, you have a problem here, buddy?
Yeah.
And it's like more of like the humor of him bashing himself. That's what was surprising to me, because the way he wrote it, or the way it was written,
look like he's right.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think at the end, and then at the end I was hoping,
Spoiler alert.
excuse me. Yeah, fuck it. Honestly, I'm already talking about it. I'm just going to get to it. I was hoping that it was going to be a resolution of like, he figures out what's wrong with him, and, it's all solved. But it was kind of like halfway. I don't know. They didn't really show the end result. It was just him starting to get, different lifestyle changes. But I was like, that's so weird of him to like address all of it. It felt very heavy-handed. I think that's the pull. Like that's what makes it bad. But then some of the other actors are good.
Man.
Like it's not obviously just Bill Burr, but like some of the actors are really funny, and it's a funny movie.
It's hard to end a movie,
especially a comedy.
Yeah, movies are tough to end. Like I watched this movie on Hulu this morning last night called No One Will Save You.
How was that? I heard that was good.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
It's about this lady and an alien invasion, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Right.
And there's like no
I
dialogue. She
that.
doesn't talk at all. And it's like sort of like almost like Home Alone. It's like a little bit Home Alone, a little bit Alien Invasion. It's very good, but the end kind of loses me just a little bit. Hard to end a movie, though. Even a great one.
That's really funny because I was watching this movie with my girlfriend last week, and I fell asleep around the end, and she was like, "Yeah, the ending kind of sucked, but the rest of the movie was cool." And it was like, it is a cool, really interesting idea, the whole premise around it. And I was like, oh, she just never talks. All right, well, let's do it, But it takes more risks than Old Dads. I'll say that.
Probably. And that was good. So No One Will Save You is a movie I watched this weekend that I liked. I do highly recommend it to anybody that likes alien shit. It's very good.
Yeah, No One Will Save You.
But the thing that I want to recommend that everybody check out is there's a new King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard album coming out.
That's true.
It actually came out, if you're hearing this, it came out like a week ago. And it's called The Silver Chord, and it's a synth album where like all the songs are connected and it's like lots of synth and it's wild.
For a room full of keyboards. It's awesome.
Fantastic shit. Check out all their music. We're coming up on an hour, so I'm going to wrap it up with my recommendations. But thank you so much for listening. Come back next Sunday. We appreciate you. Listen to the bumper, like, subscribe, review.
Wait. What's the title of the next one?
Next week we're doing... Oh, shit. I went away from it. Oh, here we go. I can just click forward on IMDb. Next week is Journey to Babel.
Yeah, this is with Rockstead, right?
Yeah, they pronounce it Babel.
Babel?
Journey to Babel.
Babel.
But that's it. Thanks for listening.
All right, thank you so much.
Bye. Trek in the Valley is executive produced by Adam Ordall-Quinnell and Al Hirt. Theme song by Al Hirt. Recorded by Adam. Mixed and edited by Al. Check the show notes for our socials, and you can email the pod at trekinthevalley, all one word, @gmail.com. Like, subscribe, review, and always explore strange new fucking worlds.